Hello, and welcome to PDRx Pharmaceuticals' demonstration of our web-based dispensing system called PDRxNet. This robust system automates your entire dispensing program. It allows you to dispense medications with customized labeling. It has a full inventory management with real-time inventory, reordering medications, and receiving in orders electronically. It provides a host of reports including inventory, sales, transaction, expiration, and if required by your state, a state control report. The system has security controls in place to prevent unauthorized use. To operate the system, all that is needed is a computer with internet, a printer, and a barcode scanner. The system is SureScript certified, which allows you to receive e-prescriptions from your EMR. The scenario for today's demonstration is a patient came into the clinic by the name of Michael Jordan, and he has seen the provider, and part of the treatment plan was a prescription for Mementos, 10 milligram, 10 tabs, with the directions to take 1 tab every 2 hours. So, here we go. On your desktop, there'd be an icon titled PDRxNet, and if you double-click on that icon, it'll open up your web browser to the PDRxNet dispensing system. In order to log into the system, it requires 3 bits of information: an account number, a username, and a password. Once you've logged into the system for the first time, it will retain the last account number and username that was entered. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and enter my password and log in. The first screen that appears is the Rx dispense screen. 99% of the time, this is the functionality that you'd use the most of. So let's go ahead and dispense that medication to the patient. The first thing we want to do is see if the patient is in our database. So we're going to search for the patient by clicking this magnifying glass by the last name. Another box comes up with a variety of parameters in which you can search for the patient. In this case, I'm just going to search by last name. Up at the top, it says none found. That tells me there's no patient in my database with the last name of Jordan. So I'm going to go ahead and add this patient. Simply by clicking this add button in the middle, the cursor will take me automatically to the first name, where I can go ahead and enter the first name, tab over to last name, select a gender, tab over to date of birth, which requires the month, the day, and the full year, tab over to address, enter the address, city, state, and zip. Now, if there's any other pertinent information that you need to list about this patient, such as allergies or what have you, you can enter that information in this notes field. Once you have that information, you go ahead and click Save. The system will automatically take you to the Dispense Medications tab. We are here. You would go ahead and select the medication that's being dispensed. In this case, it was Mementos, and I'm going to double-click on that medication. The next thing is the SIG, and I'm going to go ahead and double-click on the SIG. If by chance you have more than one provider at your practice, you can go ahead and select this drop-down box and select the provider that's prescribed the medication, and the same thing if you have multiple dispensers. Once you have that information, you go ahead and click Print. Another box will appear requesting that you scan the medication. You would take your barcode scanner and you go ahead and scan the medication bottle. You can disregard this message. It's just telling me that the med that I'm using for example purposes is expired. What's coming out of your printer right now is a medication guide as well as some labels, and we'll discuss that now. Up here at the top left is a label, and it has the name, address, and phone number of the clinic. It has an RX number that's automatically assigned. It shows the provider's name. It also has the name of the patient, the name, size, and strength of the medication, the SIG, the patient's address, as well as an expiration date for the medication. You would go ahead and peel off that label, and then you would go ahead and affix it directly on the medication bottle itself. Once you have done that, that is now a legitimate medication to dispense. Over here to the right is a label similar to that to the left. However, this is where a patient would have to sign and document whether or not they require any additional counseling, and they would sign that document. You would peel off that label, and then you would fix it to a pharmacy log book that you would maintain at the practice. Below that is 2 smaller labels, one that you can use for a chart and one you can use for billing. There is a perforation between these, and then there's a receipt for the patient for the medication being dispensed, as well as a medication guide. Why was it prescribed, side effects, etc. I have just shown you quickly and easily how to add a patient, search for a patient, and dispense a medication. While we're on this screen, let's show you some other functionalities. There's a reprint tab over here to the right, and you would use this in case anytime that you did everything that you did and you went to go print the labels and the medication guide and it got jammed in your printer, you didn't have paper in there, what have you, you can go ahead and enter the last RX number that was entered and go ahead and hit OK, and that'll just bring up the medication guide and the labels to print out. The other button here is called Void. This is where you would need to cancel everything that you just did for that patient. The patient left, didn't get the medication, whatever the case may be. You would just need to enter the RX number and the reason that you are canceling it. Once you cancel it, that'll undo everything that was just occurred for that patient. The other button that I'll show you here is English. If you click on that, it changes to Spanish. And what that'll do is that'll go ahead and make this medication guide below. That would be in Spanish instead of English. That's the only portion that would be in Spanish. The next section that I'm going to take you to is reports. There's a variety of reports available to you that you can print or download to Excel. All of the reports require some sort of parameters. I'm going to take you to inventory, and I'm going to click parameters and select and search. This brings up all the medications that I have in my system, how much it costs me to buy them, what is the sell price to my patients, how many do I have on hand, and if I have any of the medications on order with PDRx. Again, you can print that, download that to Excel. Sales, this is in case you just want to know what you've dispensed out of your practice during any certain time. Default is 30 days. You can select any date range that you wish. Hit select and search, and by medication, it'll tell you how many that were dispensed during that period of time. Transactions is similar to that of the sales report, except that'll also break it down to the patient level as well, besides medication. Control, our system can automatically report any controlled substance dispensing activities to your state third-party transmission. Expiration report tells you if there's any medications and where they are within your system as far as how many days till expiration. The next section I'll take you to is utility. Utility section is where you would place your orders and receive orders with PDRx. We're going to go ahead and simply go ahead and place an order. As you can see, the order form here is blank, and if you look at it logically, you click the add button to add things to your order form. And again, it says add medication to order. You want the system to find your meds. If you click on that, below it'll tell you all your medications and what you have on hand, so you could easily go ahead and select the medications that you desire to order. And I'm just going to go ahead and select a few. Once you have went through your list and selected what you need, go ahead and click add, and only those items will appear on your order form. The next thing you need to do is just to tell the system how many you wish to order. So if I click on the 0 by the order quantity, if a drop-down box comes, that means you can order 5, 10, 20, etc. In this case, I'm going to order 10. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and order some amoxicillin. Again, another drop-down box. I just need 5 of those. And the next thing is a Z-Pack. No drop-down box came. That tells me I can order them in any quantity that I want, and I want 12 packs. And I'm going to go ahead and place this order. And the next thing you do is just go ahead and click send. Now that order is being sent to PDRx for processing. Within a few days, you will receive a UPS delivery from us, and then you would go ahead and get into your system. Again, RX dispense screen will come up. You go to utility, click on receive orders. Again, it's blank. You click refresh, and that'll go to PDRx servers to see if there's any open invoices they have yet to receive. Also, if you need to track where a shipment is in case you're low on medications, you could also check the UPS tracking. Go ahead and click on that invoice. Over here to the right is everything included in that delivery, and if you agree with everything, you just go ahead and click add selected to inventory. It's just going to check to see if there's been any price changes from the last time you ordered it, and if there is anything that you need to adjust. All you do is just simply go ahead and click OK. Data entry. Data entry, I consider this the brains of the system. This is where the majority of your information is stored. The first tab is drugs, and if I click load, these are all the drugs within your system, and below here is everything about that medication. So let's go ahead and look at acyclovir. Below here, you can see it's in yellow, and the reason that is because we have set a reorder level of 10, which means that if the on-hand quantity within the system falls at or below that number, it's going to turn the medication yellow. Let's look at amoxicillin. Same thing. Down here, the reorder level is set at 10. They have 0 on hand, therefore it's red to indicate to anybody that there is 0 meds to dispense. Also, you can assign all your SIGs for each one of the medications that you have in your system. Clinic. Clinic, this is what will appear on your label, the name, address, and phone number. Over here to the right is information if we are doing any type of third-party reporting for controlled substances. Provider, simply that. You can add or delete providers into your system. Dispensers, same thing, add or delete them into your system. Rx log. The Rx log is a permanent record within your system where it retains everything that goes on within that as far as dispensing or canceling of medications. So if I go ahead and click load and I go to the last one, this is going to show the medication that we just did for Michael Jordan. It shows you Michael Jordan, it gives you the Rx number, the provider by initials, the dispenser by initials, the name, size, and strength of the med, the SIG, the date and time of dispense, the lot number, and over here at the bottom it has a check mark under printed. That indicates to me that this was dispensed to the patient. Had it been a check mark on canceled, that would have told me that this particular dispense was voided. Logging out. Logging out is simply click exit and then log out. If there is inactivity within the system within 20 minutes, it will log out the system where it requires you to re-enter your password. If there's no activity within 4 hours, it will completely log you out of the system. There is minimal cost associated with the PDRxNet Dispensing system. PDRx provides this system free to all of our customers. It does require special label paper, which is available at PDRx in a pack of 250 sheets and a barcode scanner. For more information, please visit PDRx Pharmaceuticals at www.pdrx.com. Thank you for allowing PDRx the opportunity to demonstrate our PDRxNet dispensing system.